Good morning, friends. It's Thursday, the day before our last day of school. So, Mrs. Hoffman wanted to talk to you today about friends. This year, you boys and girls have really done a good job about being kind to each other, being helpful to each other, and being good friends. So, Mrs. Hoffman really appreciates that, and it made me so happy every day at school when I saw you helping each other. I remember the times when we had our work that we were doing, and some friends finished quicker than other friends, and I asked if you would go help your friends that needed some help, and you did that so willingly and so happily to go and help your friends. We didn't have a lot of times when we had words in our classroom that hurt each other's feelings. I think we did a really good job with that. You have to remember that your words are important, and remember that Mrs. Hoffman said if you don't have any happy words, the happy words come out of your mouth. The mean words stay in your mouth. So I think you did a really good job with that. So at the end of the year, usually on this day, we would have kind of had a friend celebration where we talked about our friends and talked about things that we noticed about each other, and we celebrated each other. So today I want to read you some fun stories about friendships and about ways that a girl and her dog were friends, and also another fun story that shows us that if we all are really kind to one another and we're careful with the things that we say, and we make sure that we're including everyone in our friendship circle, that if we treat everything with love, then our world is going to be a really happy place. And sometimes right now it doesn't seem like it's a happy place, and there's lots of things going on. But you boys and girls can really make a difference to make our world a happy place. So I have two fun books I want to share with you. The first one is called Maggie and Milo. Maggie's the girl, Milo's the dog. And Maggie loves her dog, Milo, and they have adventures together. So I thought this would be a fun book for us to share. This is written by Julie Brenning and illustrated by Priscilla Burris. Maggie and Milo. This is Maggie. Maggie is an excellent adventurer, a pretty good songwriter, a bit of a scientist, and Milo's very best friend. This is Milo. Milo is a dog. And this is the awesome package that Maggie's grandma sent. It had all the necessities for a frog hunt, boots, and knowledge. Country dogs like Milo don't wear boots. That night, oops, I'm going to get it right. Put it this way. That night, Maggie told Milo, "We need to get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow, we will hunt frogs." Does Milo look excited? I don't know. Mrs. Hoffman's having a hard time with their book. The next morning, Maggie pulled on her new blue boots, which were perfect for this kind of adventure, and her favorite dress, which was just plain perfect. And she was off. Does she look ready to hunt frogs? Well, almost. Maggie ran back to the bathroom to brush her teeth, which she had completely forgotten to do. At breakfast, Maggie handed a note to her brother that said, "Please keep the chit-chat to a minimum. I'm in a hurry." Her brother rolled his eyes, which is apparently how 12-year-olds communicate. Maggie focused. Eating requires serious concentration. Breakfast took exactly 11 3/4 bites. Then she was off for real this time. "I am a frog hunter," shouted Maggie. Stopping at the edge of the world, she called, "Milo!" I'm a frog hunter, and he is Milo. Together, Maggie and Milo ran down the hill, past the chicken coops, through the Valley of the Ferns, and all the way to the pond, where Maggie tested the waterproofness of her new boots. Do you think they worked? After sufficient stomping, she announced, "Milo, my feet are perfectly dry." That's important. Grandma always says, wet feet make for a very long day, which is true. Wet feet do make for a long day. Maggie stood in the water. She waited for a frog. Maggie waited 1,000,000 minutes and nothing happened. This was boring. Boring in all capital letters, B-O-R-I-N-G. Maggie sang a song. She sang about frogs and waiting and blue boots. And Milo wandered off. So far, this was not working out as planned. "Milo!" called Maggie. He wasn't there. Maggie tried very hard not to think about losing Milo or being alone. In front of her, the cattails moved. "Milo, is that you?" she asked, trying to sound brave. Slowly, Maggie pulled apart the cattails. And there in the muck was Milo, and he had found a frog. Maggie reached down and caught that frog. "Hi, I'm Maggie, and this is Milo. You will be called Alexander. Welcome to our pond." Gently, Maggie placed Alexander back into the water. She had to be very careful. Frogs are terribly squirmy. "Milo, you are so smart," squealed Maggie. This is a true statement. Border Collies are very smart. That's the type of dog that Milo is. Milo barked, wagged his tail, and ran to another spot. Maggie followed close behind. And there in the muck was another frog. Maggie named the second frog Benjamin, the third one Cooper, and the fourth one Daniel. Do you see the pattern? They started with the letters of the alphabet. After meeting Oliver, Maggie realized all the frogs that they had found were boys. That was absurd. The world does not need any more boys, Maggie proclaimed. She found Princess Penelope under a lily pad, holding her newest catch. Maggie said, "Milo, there is no way I can think of a girl's name that begins with the letter Q." So Maggie and Milo rested. It's not easy work, this frog hunting. As Milo slept, Maggie sang a song, a quiet end of the day kind of song. And there they are. Afterward, Maggie and Milo walked home through the Valley of the Ferns, past the chicken coop, and all the way back up the hill. Just as the sun was setting, they heard the most marvelous music. Side by side, they sat on the edge of the world, just listening to the frogs say goodnight. When the last note faded, Maggie said, "Milo, that was the very best day. I cannot wait for our next adventure." So friends, it's really good to go on adventures with your friends. And did you know that moms and dads and brothers and sisters are also our friends? So if you don't have a friend to go and have adventures with, you can always go and do things with your family. So here's our next book. This is a really fun book because it's based on a song sung by a man who is not alive anymore, and his name is Bob Marley. And it's really fun because he talks about how important it is that we all get along and that we're kind to each other and that we love each other. So it's called One Love. This story is written by Bob Marley's daughter. So at the back of the book, I'm going to show you. Let's see. Oh, I thought there was a picture of them, but I guess there's not. And her name is Cedella Marley. And her dad was the one that sang this song. So, one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. One love, what my family gives to me. One love, what the flower gives the bee. So, people can give love, flowers and bees can give love to each other. One love, what Mother Earth gives the tree. So the earth helps take care of the trees. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. So if we're together and we love and care about all those who are around us, we're going to feel all right. One heart. Like the birds, I long to be free. Doesn't it feel fun to not have things to do and do anything you want to do? So these are our last couple days of school, and soon you will be able to do all the things that you want to do. One love, like the river runs to the sea. So, when we think of lots of groups of people coming together, like rivers, and then all of the rivers eventually make it to the sea. So if we think of that in a way when we're thinking about friends and about people that we know and love, we all come together in a great big world, and we come from different places, just like rivers come from different places. But most rivers will empty out into a bigger place, like the sea. So it's the song asks you to think about coming together and being one. One heart, just like the music. Feel the beat. Let's get together and feel all right. Can you hear my kitty meowing? All of the people are getting together, they're having fun, and there's lots of different people. Looks like there's moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and boys and girls. One love, when your hand reaches out for me. One heart, when we touch, a new world we'll see. So if we reach out to others and we're kind to others, it makes our world a wonderful place to be. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. So I want you to think about friends today. I especially want you to think about your friends in our kindergarten classes and how much fun we had together and how proud I am of the way that you treated each other and loved each other. I think that we had a lot of fun together. So take some time today and think about friends, and maybe you could even write a note to your friend or tell your friend how glad you are that they're your friend. Thanks, boys and girls.